Look at this stuff. Each of these LEDs is capped with a Swarovski crystal to make them look more shimmery. This Burmester stereo is tuned to the specific acoustics of this cabin and packs wattage on par with a hydro dam. Here's another crystal and an ambient lighting system so you can pick the color and intensity of the after dark cabin ambiance. The stitching and leathers and metal bits in here wouldn't look out of place on a high-end watch or Prada handbag. And so that it always smells like the lobby of the Shangri-La, this is a capsule full of scented stuff that occasionally whiffs out through the climate control vents. This instrument cluster looks like a giant iPad, and there's a touchpad down here that lets you swipe, pinch, and flick your way through the giant central screen, just like a smartphone. Comprehending this level of luxury and lavishness turns the brains of average folks into zoodles, but it's all part of the Mercedes S550 Coupe's luxury driving experience. You're looking at a unique and striking two-door version of the flagship luxury brand's flagship luxury sedan. And in this two-door S-Class, the luxury keeps on going. Heated seats and a heated steering wheel are joined by heated door armrests and a heated center console lid if you like. And if you'd like a massage, just activate it from this menu. And heck, look at this window. For pure silence, it's actually two panes of thick glass glued together with a sound-blocking laminate. There are even these little levers that hand you your seatbelt so that you don't have to reach.
So, who's buying cars like this one? Well, plenty of folks, but definitely not me. I'm not what Mercedes marketing would call the target shopper for this machine. Sure, the price tag flies so far over my head that it needs a passport, and I've never wanted crystals on anything, let alone a car. On top of that, my watch is a Casio, my favorite restaurant has a 99-cent menu, and I'm not a fancy person, and I find a lot of this stuff to be a little bit much, but I'm not alone. But the thing is, the shopper after a car like this one loves this sort of thing. They want more options, they want to drive the price up, and they want to spend more money. And for them, it's not hard to see what Mercedes is doing. All of the elements, the textures, materials, design, interfaces, even the branding, Swarovski, Burmester, right down to even the smell in here with that air freshener system, are all inspired by the latest in luxury fashion, furniture, architecture, and accessories. By taking familiar elements from the owner's lifestyle and encapsulating them into a car, they've allowed them to very truly extend their luxury lifestyle into their motoring world. It's like having your own luxury escape pod.
And maybe a luxury escape pod with warp drive. Not really, but it's got a twin-turbo V8, which is basically the same thing. 4.7 liters, 449 horsepower, and a mountain of silky torque fitting of a car with this sort of a price tag. Drive gently and it's effortless, virtually noiseless, and waltzes down the road. Hammer down and the acceleration is downright excessive, pinning heads to seats with no second thought. Plus, just listen to this. Vacate the premises with your boot down and it sounds like money driving away. My God, that sounds good. Performance here in terms of thrust and sound effects shouldn't leave anyone wanting more. The ride and handling work on a similar Jekyll and Hyde setup to the engine. The ride is supple, dense, velvety, it actually feels like it's hovering at times, and even uneven roads see only graceful and smooth undulations of the big body on the air suspension. Steering is heavy, solid, thick, and well tuned against the rest of the machine and provides a stable and locked-in feel at speed. The S550 feels like it weighs 10 tons while it's cruising along, but ask it to steer or accelerate and it feels smaller and lighter than you'd expect. Ditto under braking, where the S550 pulls down from speed with serious urgency from even a light pedal press. Thank the monster calipers with slotted discs at all four corners. In all, the S550 Coupe's responses to steering, throttle, and braking inputs are powerful, instant, and pleasing, almost in spite of its absolutely serene ride. If you're after a machine tuned for absolutely tranquil cruising and pleasing performance responses with no compromise, you'll love this setup. Hopping in back after the front seats tug out of the way is handled with ease, and the seats themselves are comfortable, deep, and pillowy. They're heated too. Space for adults back here is not generous, but should prove adequate. I was hoping for a little more rear legroom. Safety tech is generous, with an array of radar transmitters, cameras, LED lighting technology, and even lasers and infrared night vision with pedestrian detection to help drivers stay alert to the world around. The radar cruise is among the smoothest and most intelligent you'll find, and the slew of networked perimeter cameras lets you see around the entire vehicle on a single screen when you reverse. Other notes, the headlight performance is stunning. Adaptive LED lights steer into corners and the high beams auto dip only as much as needed to avoid glaring oncoming traffic, meaning you get more light where it's needed more of the time. Well, not that it really matters, but this big all-wheel drive posh rocket put away an average of 11 liters per 100 clicks on my watch over about 1,400 clicks of driving, which isn't bad at all. So let's sum up this one-of-a-kind, world-class, lavish luxury flagship, shall we? Folks with the funds are going to like the flagship level of design, luxury, performance, and lack of compromise between the S550's comfy side and hot rod side. The stereo is magnificent, and so are the lights, and so is the detailing in the cabin. Here's a six-figure car that really feels like a six-figure car, down to the last detail. You may wish for a slightly larger rear seat and trunk. Ride quality can deteriorate on broken pavement with the 21-inch AMG wheel upgrade you see here, and there is a learning curve, and you'll need to spend some serious time learning how to work everything on board. End of the day, those big dollar shot callers with big wallets after a flagship level luxury coupe with simply lavish and next generation features will find this machine has few if any rivals on this side of a Bentley or Rolls Royce, which kind of makes the tester's $160,000 plus price tag a bit of a deal. For the rest of us, well, we'll just have to wait until this flagship stuff trickles down into cars the masses can afford. Stay in school, kids. Thanks for watching.